So in late August, I had the honor of attending Pastor Andrea and Reverend Dr. Julie Faith Parker's Souls in Solidarity presentation on feminist biblical interpretation. I remember Pastor Andrea opening the session with her story of receiving a call to read the Bible cover to cover on her own. She shared that she made it halfway through Genesis and then, in a fit of justified rage and retaliation, threw her Bible across the room against the wall. While I've never experienced this particular form of biblical liberation, and it was biblical liberation, personally, I strongly resonate with Andrea's experience in my attempts to seek solace and encounter liberating and inspiring wisdom from the Bible. And at times, instead, I have encountered oppressive and misogynistic accounts and depictions of women who are dismissed, abused, and marginalized in the Bible. I've also been accosted throughout my life by some people's bias of and misconception towards the mostly constructed limits placed upon my gender. I am intimately acquainted with the rage and injustice that accompanies these acts of aggression against me and other women. This rage, however, and visceral sense of injustice has helped shape me and fueled the flames of my call to fight for gender equality and equity. And now, with strong and unapologetic conviction, I call myself proudly a feminist in power. As Julie Parker noted in her presentation, the history of feminism in this country has not always been accessible to or inclusive of all. She says that when people ask her if she is a feminist, she replies, "Define feminist first." She offers her working definition of feminist or feminism as working towards, quote, liberty and justice for all, including people who identify as female. I accept and strongly endorse this definition. In this session, Julie Parker referenced Genesis chapter 2, verse 18, which is translated as follows. Then the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him a helper as his partner, end quote. The word helper, or ezer in Hebrew, is used in other places in the Bible to refer to God's divine help or assistance. Julie points out that this is like the ultimate compliment to Eve. Rather than being described as a subservient assistant of sorts who does all the dirty work to allow the man to shine in his glory as he does his more important work, Eve here is described as a co-worker created by God who helps Adam bring life into the world as a divine partner. I love this interpretation and its meaning is quite clear in Hebrew, but has been traditionally misinterpreted to support Eve's subordination to Adam. I love the Hebrew meaning of ezer, or helper, because I choose to see God as my own helper and see myself as God's helper too. God is a co-creator with us, and we are co-creators with God and also with and for each other. We do God's work together with God's aid. This interpretation also reminds me of Dr. Catherine Keller's Souls in Solidarity presentation last Sunday, when she spoke about God as a relational and responsive force in the world, rather than a fixed, omnipotent God who is in control of everything all the time. I was also really inspired by Julie's comparison of Eve to Prometheus, in contrast or opposed to Pandora, who unleashes a multitude of evils upon humanity. Eve instead is likened to a God who is responsible for bringing knowledge to humanity and who is ultimately punished for it, even though humanity is forever indebted to her for her gift. Finally, I am so grateful for Julie for including titles of books and authors I want to read and reread, scholars like Mary Daly, Phyllis Tribble, Elizabeth Schussler Fiorenza, and Renita Weems. I've added so many incredible women theologians and Bible scholars to my reading list, and I'm excited to continue this study and the discussion we started in August. Thank you so much, Pastor Andrea, Julie Parker, Catherine Keller, Ekema, Aurora, Jorge Rodriguez, and SBSA for this incredible series. And I so look forward to attending more Souls in Solidarity events in the future. Thank you.